Everybody's chasing work-life balance, but let me tell you something. Work-life balance doesn't exist. And the more you chase it, the more frustrated you'll be. The truth, you don't need balance, you need priorities. Balance sounds nice, but success requires seasons of imbalance. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening, watching, and sharing the show. And we're getting out there to more and more people every day. And like I said, I appreciate it. Today we're talking about work-life balance and how it's a myth and why you need priorities and not the balance. The priorities is what sets you apart from everybody else. Having the right priorities is what's going to set you free from the mundane and from being able to not spend time with your kids, not spend time with your spouse, all sorts of different things. Like they talk about this work-life balance, and it's really not out there. It's just all about what you prioritize on the top. Why do you think the balance is broken? I'm going to talk about it today. Balance implies everything gets equal attention at the same time, and that's impossible. Sometimes work is more important. Sometimes the family is more important. There is no way to balance the two together. Life has seasons, and we're all in different seasons. Me and my wife, we're in different seasons. We're 7 years apart. And a lot of times she has this light bulb moment, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I learned that 5 years ago. And it's okay, but it's good to know that she's finally reaching to the catch up to the point. I couldn't imagine being 20 years apart for sure. Like the seasons, you're in two different complete seasons of life, like completely different, not even like close. So sometimes your family needs more, sometimes your career does, sometimes health, and it's okay. It's okay to be in that season where you got to focus on the work more, or you got to focus on your family more, or you got to focus on your health. Your health should be a top priority anyways. People use the idea of balance as an excuse to avoid going all in. And it's okay to go all in. Sometimes you got to put it all the effort into it to make it work. And it's going to be okay. Even if it's your relationship, sometimes you got to go all in a relationship. Get that back to where it needs to be, and then you got to go all in on work to get your profit up, or, get that promotion that you got to get. You got to buckle down and make it a high priority. Your priorities are constantly changing. You should have standard 3, but they're always changing. The myth sets you up for guilt because you always feel like you're failing. You're failing somebody. You're failing yourself. It's never a good feeling. So don't get all caught up in that. I got to have work-life balance. Like prioritize what's important to you and what's important to your spouse and your kids, and figure it out. Like switch it up. Let them know. Talk to them. Tell them, look, this is the season I'm in. I have to figure out my job or my business, and then we're going to get back to taking care of y'all. We're not going to ignore y'all, but we're just not going to spend as much time together. And then once that season passes, you're going to spend more time with your loved ones, and it's going to be good. It's actually a better relationship at that point. So one of the truth bombs I got today is if you're trying to keep everybody happy all at the same time, you'll end up empty, burnout, and frustrated. There's just no possible way to keep everybody happy. I pretty much don't try and make everybody happy. I just, whoever's in front of me, I try and help them as much as possible. And I try and keep everything together for myself, for other people around me. But I can't make everybody happy. And I learned that a long time ago, probably like 10 years ago. Once you have a business, you realize you can't make everybody happy. So what do you aim for instead of alignment and these different seasons you got? So alignment are your actions matching your values, not balanced but aligned. And it's okay. Like just because, you got to have your values. Like pick out your core values and stick with them. It's going to make you a better person. It's going to help you get through the days, and it's going to make you feel more aligned and less chaotic throughout life. So the seasons of life, in a growth season, you may work longer hours, hustle harder. We talked about that. In a family season, you may pull back, show up more at home, show up to the kids' volleyball games or basketball games or whatever games they're playing. Maybe you can show up to some practices, because you should really try and make all the games, and then some of the practices you can make, sometimes you could drop by school, eat lunch with them. In a healing season, you may focus on your health and rest. Sometimes you got to go to the doctor a little bit more than you normally do. Instead of ignoring that pain or ignoring that saying, I don't have time for this. I have to work. I have to be there for my family. I don't have time for these aches and pains or this bloating sensation I have. I'm not going to go to the doctor. Sometimes you got to go to the doctor to be present with your family, to slow down. It's usually your body telling you something. So balance isn't simultaneous. It's sequential. You tilt where you need to tilt and then readjust. It's a balancing game pretty much. You're always leaning into one side or the other. You just have to figure it out, like where you're at, and be comfortable where you're at. And if you're in a season of growth, be in that season. Don't try and fight it. If you're in a season of family, be in that season and don't try and fight it. Don't sit there and worry about, oh, I should be doing this at work, or, my business is failing. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully you're in a better spot to where your business isn't failing, but you get to be able to spend time with your family. Practical steps to ditch balance and live with priorities. Decide your core priorities: family, faith, business, health. Order them. Think about what you want to do. I prioritize health, family, faith, business, and then recreational stuff after that. So I'm like, my golf game is terrible because it's so far down the list. I could bump it up, but that's just not the season I'm in. The season I'm in is my business and my health. I still work out every day. That's top priority. So then you got to communicate the season you're in. Like, talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to everybody about it. Be clear with them and your team so they understand the why. So why are you in this season? Because this is what we need to focus on. Set non-negotiables. What won't you sacrifice no matter what? Date night, gym, morning routine. My wife and I go through different seasons of being able to do date night on Friday nights. This past summer, we didn't get to have very many. We have more during the school year for some reason. Gym is always on my top priority list. Morning routine, it's always the same. And those are kind of like the easy ones to get in. But date night's a harder one for sure. But we really like to prioritize that during the school season. You got to audit weekly instead of chasing balance. Check alignment. Am I living according to my priorities? And if you're not, then get back to them. Write them down. Figure out what your priorities are and what's going to make you happy and what priorities make you happy for sure. So one of the closing challenges I got today: stop chasing balance. It's a lie. Start chasing alignment. Pick your priorities. Own the seasons you're in and live without guilt. It's going to be okay. Balance doesn't make you great. Commitment does. And that's the pod. I really appreciate everybody listening. And go out there. Don't worry about the work-life balance. Figure out what season you're in and step into it. Lean into it. That season's going to end soon. And then lean into the next one. I appreciate it. Go out there and share this for everybody. Thank you.